Hey everybody, it's me, Lisa. I am here again for another episode of In Vino Veritas. Tonight I am going to do a white. This is called Tuesday Night White. So my guess is that this will be a pretty chill bottle of wine. This is a Sauvignon Blanc that comes from Chile. So instead of Tuesday Night White, maybe it's called Martes Noche Blanca or Tuesday Night White. That's fine. So let's see what we got in here. All right. Some nice color in there. There's a lot of smell in there. It almost smells like papaya, which is kind of unusual, but definitely fruity and on the light side. Not much of that earthiness that you get sometimes in Sauvignon Blancs, like that grassy kind of herbal smell. So yeah, that's kind of fruity. It kind of tastes a little papaya-y or maybe apricot. There's not a whole lot of complexity in this wine. It's kind of just like the one note, and there's nothing really wrong with that, but it's not all that exciting. So yeah, I would probably recommend this with a food, shrimp or fish or something on the light side, because this is a very light wine, which is great for a Tuesday night, because Tuesday is, you want to kind of keep your wits about you, probably. So, yeah, I would say this is a light drinking wine, nothing that'll kind of go crazy on you. And I'm going to get a little more into this, and then I will come back and tell you a story. Hey everybody, so I'm back. I've had some of this, the Tuesday Night White, which is a fairly inoffensive and yet forgettable wine. But I'm not complaining because it's not the worst thing I've ever had. So today I'm going to tell you a story about my little dog, because he's awesome, and he's also a huge pain in the ass, and he also literally fell in my lap, which no pun intended, because he's in my lap right now. So this is Jefe. He's precious. He's an angel. He's my little baby. And okay, here's the deal. So I was living in San Diego, and I moved into a place with a yard, and I didn't have any animals. I hadn't had any animals since I had moved to California, and hadn't really considered getting any animals. And then one day I was at work, and a woman came in, said she had this dog, and she had Jefe with her, and she said, I have this dog, I found him running around in the street, and he needs a home. And so everybody at work turned to me and said, Lisa, you have a yard. Why don't you take that dog home? And I asked the woman, well, if I don't take him, what will you do with him? And she said, I will take him to the shelter. And I have been to a shelter. Once upon a time, my mom asked me to go to a local shelter because we had a dog that she disappeared. And so my mom asked me to go to the shelter and see if she was there. And it was literally one of the worst things that I've ever done. I took my roommate there. She said that her coat that she wore, she had to throw away because it smelled so bad afterwards. But it was also just really awful to see all those pitiful little animals in cages. And I'm pretty sure that was a fairly humane shelter, so I can only imagine. So, being the animal lover that I am, I said, all right, fine. I will take him. We'll see how it works out. And, you know, if you find his owners, great. And so I took him. I, I didn't want this dog, mind you. I didn't want it. I didn't want an animal. That was a lot of responsibility. I was also poor and didn't really feel like I had the financial means to take care of an animal because vet bills add up. But I took him, and the first couple of days, I was not excited about this dog because I wasn't used to having a dog, and he's super needy and whatever. And but then something weird happened, and after a few days, he was excited to see me when I got home, and he curled up next to me when I went to bed and when I sat on the couch and all those things. And it really felt like he was part of my family. And so the woman, she said she posted some Craigslist ads and no one ever came forward, and he didn't have a microchip, so he ended up being mine. And we cycled through a few different names. I think Paco was one, and Pancho, because of course I wanted to honor his Mexican Chihuahua heritage. Um, but eventually I settled on El Jefe, and that is who he has been ever since. And so this is Jefe, everybody. He's he's the boss. So that's my story, and I'll see you next time.